We're back on Port Phillip Bay again this morning. We're right on the tail end of what's been some very, very ordinary weather. The barometer's been shooting up all night and the snapper should be biting. It's snapper season, and this morning, rather than fishing with bait, we're back to trolling. We had a huge response from the show we did last year, so thought we'd come out and do it again. I'm going to work the shallow waters this morning. There's some new artificial reefs that are in the bay and they're fishing exceptionally well. Not necessarily right on them, but around them. There's been a lot of fish, 4 to 7 kilos being caught. The best fish this season that's come off one of these reefs is 12.2 kilos. I could only hope that we'd find something like that. We're going to be using a whole range of lures, just like this brand new Rapala X-Rap 10 Magnum. So far this season I've caught plenty of fish on these. I absolutely love them, so let's get to it. What we're doing here is obviously using the downriggers. Got a lure that dives 10 feet. So what I want to do is put it back a few meters from the bomb so it can actually get down to its running depth. Doesn't have to be too far back, but 20 or 30 feet. Then get the line and you get the downrigger clip, which is attached off the back of the bomb. That's the weight to send everything down. And the clip is really just like a clothes peg. It's got 2 rubber pads in here. And the further you put the line back, the tighter it's going to grab. If I put it back about 2/3 the way, shut the clip, it's nice and tight. So what's going to happen when the fish hits, that clip's tight enough that that's actually going to help set the hook as the fish rips it out of the peg. If it's too light, he'll grab the lure and it'll pop out. It won't actually drive that hook home. It's now in the clip. Open the bail of the reel, just pinch the line with my fingers and let this down under a bit of pressure. I want it to about 30 feet because the lure's going to dive 10 feet below that, which is 40. Then from there, that lure is going to be 4 feet off the bottom because we're in 44 feet of water. The final thing that you do is wind the slack up, get the rod to have a good solid bend in it, in the holder like that. And when we get that bite, the rod will spring straight. It'll pick up 1 meter or 2 of slack and help everything to come tight much quicker. This is exactly what we're looking for. This solid line here, not to worry about. That's the 2 downrigger bombs, but that is what we want to find. Snapper, sitting on the bottom feeding. The one thing that I'm really looking for, there's another snapper coming through now, is some bait. If I can find some bait and some snapper in close proximity, that's even better because they're actively hunting that bait and they absolutely love to eat the lures.
Took her out, it was a Friday night. I woke alone to get the feeling right. We started making out and she took her.
We're on. Alrighty, now I'm just gonna get this out of the way, move all this rubbish. It's all good, we've got the boat going with the wind, so I'm just gonna knock us out of gear quickly. That fish is still taking a bit of line there. There we go. There we go, look at that. It was quite a slow sort of a bite on that one. It's all good now, he's come up a bit higher in the water column so I can quite comfortably leave this other lure down. There's every chance we could get another hit here. I'm marking plenty of fish on the sounder, and just with the drift of the boat we're still doing sort of 2 kilometres an hour, so that other lure is still going to be kicking along quite nicely. For now, I'll just worry about getting this guy in. And I think this is on some hot orange little X-Rap called Hothead. It's been quite a productive lure over the last few weeks. I think it's because we've had huge amounts of rain over the past couple of weeks. Down here, the bay's actually brown. Looks more like trout water. And that bright orange lure's got a lot of UV in its colouring. So in dark conditions like this, it actually kicks out a lot of light and the fish can just see it that bit better. Here we go, there's a bit of colour. Not overly big, but he's whacked that lure pretty good. There we go. Beautiful. Bit of fun, that's for sure. Look at that. Oh, settle down, mate. It'll be a whole lot easier for you. As you can see, it's fairly clobbered, that lure. Got both those hooks right where they need to be, and that's a whole lot of fun and a different method for catching them. Look, there's a bit of food sticking out the corner of his mouth, showing they're actively feeding. Look at that, that single's just plastering right in the corner of the jaw. These hook out guns really do just make life so easy. I'd go so far as to say that I only use a pair of pliers now occasionally, quite simply because the tighter I pull that trigger, the more it grabs that hook and I can do what I want with it. But for now, I better get this guy back, so we'll put him in over this side. Oh, he's ready to go, that's for sure. There you go, mate. Perfect, let's go get another one.